Next we will see about the unary operators in the Dart, and I have already created one file which is of a unary operator.dart file, and I have created a main function over here. So what we'll do is we have a unary operators which is plus plus and basically a minus minus. So how we can make use of this is I'll just say var, and I'll just say x1 which is of equals to, let's say we have a value of 10, and if I print out this one, print, and let's say I'll just say we will just say this one as a prefix. So prefix, and there is a prefix and a postfix that we can make use, and I'll just say as a prefix, and this will be of the let's say plus plus, and here we'll just create a string interpolation, and for that I have a variable of x1, and just close that, and I need to increment. So prefix is in the front, right? So when we say prefix, we have the plus plus sign or the unary operators in the front of the operand. So this is our operand, and then we have a plus plus sign in front. So basically we have another one. So let me show you another one also. Where x2, let's say of x2 which is of equals to, let's say, of a 5, and then we have a print, let me say postfix, this one, and also we have our operator as a plus plus, and let me create a string interpolation over here, and then we have a x2 plus plus. So here you can see in the prefix we have a plus plus, and here we have a postfix. So after our operand and before the operand. And let me run this one, and let us try to run this, and we can see in the debug console we have a prefix of 11 and the postfix of the 5. So why we get a 11 over here is because it will return the actual incremented value. So it is returning as incremented value over here, but the postfix over here, it will return the value of the operand before the increment. So before the increment, what was the value? It was the 5, so it will just return the 5. And actually if you print out after that one, it will give you a 6 over here. So if I just print out the value of this particular x2, it will be of 6, right? So if I run this one, you can see that the first it was 6, and then a 5, and then it became a 6. So this plus plus or the postfix will return the value before the increment. So before increment of the 1, it has a value of the 5, so that's why it gets written by that particular postfix, a unary operator of the plus plus. So if we again print this one, you can see that the value is the same. So if I just print out again that particular value of the x1, and you will just see that the value is of the 11, but here in the postfix you will see that the value of the postfix is x2 is we get as a 5, and then only we can print it the incremented value. So this is the difference between the postfix prefix and the postfix. So similarly we have another one. So let's say a var and x3 which is of equals to, let's say I have a value of the 50, and I will just print out over here and call it as we have a prefix and prefix of minus minus, and then let us say of the x3 that we have. Sorry, I need to create a string interpolation over here, and I have a x3, right? X3, and then I need to use of a prefix which is in front, so minus minus, and then we will just create another variable of let's say a var of a x4 which is equals to, I have a value of 60, this sign, and I'll just print out over here postfix, and it's of the unary operator of minus minus, and here we will create a string interpolation, and then I have a x4, then it's of minus minus, right? And that's okay. So let us test it out, this one. Let me run this one. And now you see the prefix of minus minus as a 49. So because this will decrement the value of the x3 to minus 1, so we get a 49. And here the value, it should be of a 49 actually, but you can see that it's just returning the actual value before decrementing. So before this value got changed, the x4 got changed, what was the value? So it is just returning the same value over here. Now if we print out that particular value, we will get the actual value of that one. So if I print the x4, so it should be again the 59, right? So just run that one, you get a value of the 59. So there are these are the unary operators, plus plus and the minus minus, and the difference is that there is a postfix prefix and the postfix, and the postfix will just return the actual value before the increment, but the prefix will return the actual value after the increment. And both we can use, and depending on your requirement, but actually if you just use a prefix or the postfix, then actually it will just increment the value or decrement the value by 1. Both can be used based on your scenario, or based on your how you want to use it. So just make sure that you use postfix or the prefix. Both can be used on the increment or decrement of the value. It does the same job, but a big difference how it works internally.